Bryan, 4-2 defeat at Hartlepool. How would you address the things that went wrong this afternoon?
Well, first and foremost, it's got to hurt people when we can see goals like that, you know. At the moment, teams don't have to work too hard to score goals, and it's as simple as that, you know. I've just addressed that with the players then. You know, it was a difficult game to come to so quickly after the weekend game. Made a few changes to sort of freshen things up, you know, try and protect some players as well. But yeah, you know, the first 30 minutes or so, I felt Hartlepool sort of took the game to us. You know, they're a home team, the emphasis on them. You know, and we had to work hard. We worked hard for the first 30 minutes, and I think after that point we started getting a bit of belief. We started knocking it around a bit. We started creating a few more chances, and we got a goal. But we've got to learn how to keep that. You know, keep that goal, especially conceding so quickly after we scored. It's imperative that you try and keep the lead, especially when you're away from home. And it was hard. It was hard, you know, to take. You know, the set piece that they get the equaliser on. It was the first header that wins it, but it's two headers to get it in the goal, and that's just like basic stuff, really. So we should be doing better with that.
And what was the message at half time? So at that point it was 1-1, and you mentioned phases of play a lot. There've been some good phases of play in that first half.
Yeah, there had. You know, like I said, we worked extremely hard to try and get a foothold in the game. And when we took the lead, I think we were on top at the time. It was about giving them a bit of belief, really, to try and take this game to Hartlepool in the second half. You know, but that goes out the window after 5 minutes. You know, you find yourself 3-1 down. It's unacceptable. You can't do that away from home. That's what I mean. And you look around at the personnel, you look on the pitch, and it's as if we just accept it now. And I don't want my teams to be like that. I want them to have accountability. I want them to really know that it hurts people. You know, especially 5 minutes into the second half, we can't defend the way we did. You know, the penalty I felt harsh. I felt really harsh, to be honest. You know, that was the start of it, really. And you know, from then on to concede again so quickly afterwards was a bit of a killer, really.
I hate mentioning the words again, but does it come to game management again, the fact that it's come after a goal and then come after a penalty decision we might have disagreed with, that goals seem to be following these moments?
Yeah, it does. You know, I'll take it back to Saturday. You know, we scored the first goal at home on Saturday. We conceded within 5 minutes. We've got to get better at that. It's a bit of know-how. I don't know. I think it's just sometimes the players. You know, we've got a real attack-minded squad here this season. You know, but I don't want to lose them security blankets of our clean sheets that we had last season. That was a big reason why we got to the playoffs last season. We can't lose track of that. And the players, you know, they're fully aware of that. I've just been speaking to them about it. And sometimes it's just about going back to basics a little bit, just to get that defensive structure, that unit. Formations changed slightly, so maybe it is a bit more attack-minded. But even still, you know, I don't think some of the situations we got ourselves in and the opportunities to concede goals that we're giving teams at the moment. I think we need to work a bit harder to try and stop that, you know, and be there for each other. You know, I think we're a little bit individual at times, and that needs to change.
Obviously, the red card then followed after going down. What was your view on the incident?
I didn't think it was a red at all. I'm being honest. I've just been speaking to the players then. You know, we've got 3 red cards this season, and about 10, 12 yellows, and I don't think we've made a tackle. You know, none of them have been justified in my eyes, but we've got them. I think it summed the referee's game up. I felt, you know, I'm not one to criticise officials, but today, you know, it started in the first minute when he books their lad. He starts the game with 10 men. You know, it was just bizarre. And he just comes running on out the tunnel and he books him for it. And then 5 minutes later, he clotheslines one of our players on the far side. It should be a red card. If that happens anywhere else in the game, just because he's come out the tunnel and come on, it's a red card. You know, he's tried to stamp his authority at the start. It's his own undoing, where he's let the play start with 10 men. And I just think it just summed the day up for them all, really. I think there was some strange decisions all the way through.
Is it something we can work on, therefore, or is it just a case of we need a bit more of a rub of the green when it comes to decisions and red card offences?
No, I think you can work on it, can't you? You've got to play the officials. I think other teams are playing them a bit cuter than what we are. So we've got to be better at that. And I'm not one to see people sent off, you know, but I feel as if our players, you know, 3 already this season. It's just ridiculous, really. I don't feel all 3 of them were potentially dangerous to opposition. You know, Jake Lawless today was never. There was no intent to sort of. He's gone down with 2 feet, but he's won the ball. He's not as if he's high. And their player's gone over and sort of, like you say, done that game management where he's obviously rolled around a few times and got Jake sent off. But the damage was done before that. You know, like I say, we can't give away silly goals. It's got to hurt us more. It's got to hurt us more. You know, we can't come away from home and expect to score 5 goals to win a game. That doesn't work.
Do you think the amount of changes made an impact today, or was it necessary to keep players fresh after the weekend?
Yeah, I was always going to make it the changes. I had a few forced ones which we're going to play. You know, James Jennings wasn't right. He's been for an X-ray today on his foot. And Michael Chambers failed a fitness test on his ankle, so they were forced changes. But the other 4 I was going to change anyway, just to freshen it up. You know, 6 changes, yeah. You know, you can question it as if to say, you know, is it too many? I don't feel it was. I feel our squad, we've got a good squad this year. I think everyone's challenging for everyone's position. People are itching to play game time. You know, Akil come in today. I thought he played well. Like Bart came in as well and done a steady job. So yeah, I think you know, that'll probably be the question now. On it was there too many changes, but yeah, I don't feel it was. I think our own done us today. I think it was just a little bit of lack of discipline at times defensively, and that's not just the back 4 and the midfield. So that's everyone. You know, we're giving away the ball in critical areas high up the pitch, which is causing our back 4 to defend. So yeah, we just need a little bit more know-how, but that'll come, like I said.
You mentioned the 2 players already injured before today. How's JJ Hooper after he went off injured?
Yeah, it's a concern, isn't it? You know, JJ's a big focal point for us. He's hurt his groin. I don't know how bad it is, you know, but it was obviously wasn't good enough for him to continue. So yeah, he was a big loss, especially so early on in the game. But yeah, we'll see how he is over the next few days.
So what's the focus now on the training pitch? You said we need a bit more collectivity, perhaps a bit more cuteness in game management. What do you need to do in the training pitch this week before Stockport?
I don't think it's that's causing us the problem, you know. Like I said before, I think it's about maybe going back to basics a little bit. Like I say, some of the games, some of the stuff we have played this year has been pleasing to the eye, but like I say, I don't want to lose that track of that disciplined structure that we have where we can win games 1-0. That was one of our strengths last season. You know, I don't want to lose that. But on the flip side, I don't just want to go ultra defensive because we have got some good attacking players in the team. So it's about getting the fine balance. And you know, the players know that. You know, we've just had a long chat there in the dressing room. You know, they know my feelings, and we will address it on the training ground. You know, we've got home games coming up now where we're going to have to get some points on the board.
Thanks, Bryan.